All right. I've been meaning to do this for a while. For you guys that don't know me, my name is Brian Betz. I'm a jazz guitar player, professor of jazz guitar at Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. I get a lot of students ask me how to properly play with a Freddie Green style. That meaning the jazz guitar player that played for the Count Basie band, Freddie Green, known for rhythm guitar. Some guys that I've talked to they're real turned off by Freddie Green's style. They think it's kind of old. They think it's kind of yesterday. I completely disagree with that. I think it's one of the coolest and one of the hardest swinging styles of jazz guitar that you can present and play. And if you do it right, I think it's one of the most effective things that you can do backing people up, and it's very guitaristic. It's a very cool sound. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about maybe some things that can help you out, some quick tips, the do's and the don'ts. First of all, I thought for a very long time that I played the Freddie Green style correctly, and I learned that I wasn't many years ago. I had the opportunity to go hang out with the great Bucky Pizzarelli several times. A friend of mine was working with him, with Rosemary Clooney, and a good friend of mine named George Rabbi, trumpet player, wonderful trumpet player. And he knew Bucky, and he introduced me to him, and I went up to Bucky's house, and he showed me, some really good things that opened up my eyes and my ears to playing this style the correct way. It's not just playing quarter notes in your right hand. It's the attack, it's where the pick placement is on the fingerboard, and it is also what you're doing with your left hand, which is vital. A lot of guys just strum quarter notes, and that is not the way to do it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to play a little blues for you, and I'm just going to give it a listen, and then we're going to talk about it. So one chorus of blues in F. Couple things that make that, in my opinion, pretty hip is the attack in the right hand. Something that I was told to do that I find really effective. I am playing an acoustic instrument which has no electronics on it whatsoever, and that is certainly what Freddie Green played, and they mic'd it. That's how he was heard. He never played a guitar with a pickup. So the first thing you have to do is you have to drop the pick on the fingerboard, okay? So I'm going to try to back it up a little so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be strumming here. You want to be strumming right over the board. So if you check this out. So I'm right over the board. So if I move it away from the board, it's going to sound different. I'm going to move it. Hear that? Over the board. That's the first thing. Make sure you're over the board. And I'm not talking about like up here. I'm talking about down here, right where the board comes to an end is a good spot. Where I found is a good spot. Make sure the pick is being dropped straight down. If you get catty corner with it, you're going to get a really ugly, scratchy sound, which you don't want. If you're playing a flat wound string, it might not matter so much, but on a round wound, I think I'm playing a half wound string on this guitar. It sounds good. You got to make sure that you're not getting that string whistle. Okay, so straight down. Now that's one thing. The right hand is very important. The left hand is just as important. You need something that was made clear to me. Make sure you're not fretting too many notes. Okay? Yeah, you know all these great chords. Let's say, for example, this F7 right here. It's a nice sound, okay? I am not playing all of those tones in the chord. I am maybe playing the low 4 strings at most, sometimes 3 strings, sometimes 2 strings. You're looking for the sound. You're looking, I mean, you want to support the band harmonically, and you want to hit the changes that you have to hit, but you're really going after a sound. You're really trying to hook up with the ride cymbal if you're playing with a drummer, okay? Because sometimes I use this technique, and I am not playing with a drummer. But if you're playing with a drummer, if you're trying to capture that Count Basie thing, you need to lock up with the ride cymbal, okay? So less is more in the left hand. So I'm going to do it, in my opinion, I don't want to say wrong, but not the best decision. I'm going to play too many notes. Blues in F. Okay, this is the way I would do it, okay? So less is more. You can fret all the notes. Just don't let them all ring through. Now, how do you do that? You got to loosen up pressure on this hand, okay? But I don't recommend playing 5 tones, 6 tones. I'm playing like 3, maybe 4, sometimes 2. Okay, I'm going for an effect when I'm playing like Freddie Green. That's what I find works really well. Some other tips I can give you, things that I tell my university students or the students that study privately with me in my home. Sidestepping works nice, but this is something you want to investigate after you've mastered the feel, okay? And the way you want to practice the feels with a metronome, you want to make sure that you're slotting it really right, because yes, you are playing all quarter notes, but they have to still be swinging. Some people play on the front of the beat. Some people play on the back of the beat. Some people play right in the middle of the beat. But you have to agree on where the time is going to be, okay? Sidestepping is a really nice thing you can do, okay? So I'm going to play blues in F, and watch what I do, and I'm going to talk about it. A 1, 2, ready, and... Now, what am I doing? I always have the target tonality. I'm always thinking about the changes and where they are within the progression of the tune. But at times, I will go either above or below the designated tonality, okay? So watch again, and I'm going to try to call out some of the things I'm doing. But you have to know where you're going, and you have to have a target. You can't just be, pulling the bait all around, trying to catch something. You have to make sure that you are where you need to be at the right time. So here we go. I'm going to try to call out some things just to give you an idea of what I'm doing a little slower. A 1, 2, ready, and. So I'm in F, B flat. Now here comes F. Watch how I sidestep it. Side, below, B flat's coming up. Little diminished thing. F, passing, A minor, G minor, up, down, C, up and down. Once you get the feel and you capture that kind of thing, the sidestepping thing is easy. The feel is challenging to master. The left hand with not being, getting used to, I should say, fretting all those notes. It takes some time. Those are the challenges. And notice I don't say hard. Challenges. How do you get better at this style? You got to listen to guys that play this way. I mean, there's some guys that can really, really kill this. I actually did a record with my dear friend Dennis de Blasio. It's a double CD with a blue cover. I wish I had it with me. It's around here somewhere. It's called a tribute to Bucky. One for Bucky, I think we called it. And we do a duo record, and me and Dennis de Blasio just play duo, and I play a lot of this Freddie Green style. So you have to really want it. I notice, unfortunately, a lot of guys play it bad than good. If you're going to use electronics, if you're going to use an electric guitar, something like I have hanging on my wall, which I certainly do, you have to be very cognizant of the volume. I find less is more. So if your volume knob's going to 10, I would put it on maybe 2 or 3 at most, and you have to rely on the attack. Do not rely on the electronics of the instrument. Okay, that's a huge thing. I do a lot of jazz camps. If I'm evaluating someone playing and I hear them do a Freddie Green thing for a big band chart, and they ask for my help, usually the first thing I do is turn your tone all the way up and put your volume barely on, because if you rely on electronics too much, you will not get the sound. And remember, this is all about sound. I'm gonna play you one more thing in F, blues in F. I'm gonna vary this time, a little up tempo, okay? Because some guy, there's Count Basie charts, and stuff's cooking. All right, 1, 2, 2, 3. If you get it right, it's a very cool way of playing. I really hope this helps you guys out. It's something I love, this type of guitar playing, this type of jazz, and I'd love to see more people play it at a higher level. Until next time.